Hi, Indira at Pavones Yoga Center. Today we'll be going through a series of stretches and counter stretches using a technique called facilitated stretching to balance the muscles of the rotator cuff. When the muscles of the rotator cuff are imbalanced, you'll sometimes feel pain in your shoulder joint. So these techniques are great for working with that kind of pain, and my surfer friends love it. So it's one of my favorite exercises to do in a yoga class. To begin, we'll bring one arm across the body, bend the elbow of the opposite arm, and then here's the counter stretch technique. For about 8 to 10 seconds at 20 degrees, 20% effort, you'll press your arm out in this direction. So that's a steady hold at about 20% effort. It's one of the hardest parts of this technique, is using minimal effort, not working really to your max in this part. After that, release the forward pressure and let the bent arm take up the slack. So you can see that the stretch went quite a bit more deeply than we did at the beginning. Hold that for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then softly and smoothly release both arms out. And then we'll do the second stretch on the same arm. So the arm that just came across, bring it straight up into the sky and bend at the elbow and tap yourself on the back. Now this time the action is forward while this arm resists the forward motion. So you'll press for about 8 to 10 seconds at 20% effort. And while you're doing this, you're tricking your muscle in a sense, saying that it's working, and then when you release, take up the slack and press your hand behind you. Sometimes the back of your head starts to jut forward, so press the back of your head into your forearm. Deepen the stretch. You can tickle your hands down the middle of your back. And then softly and smoothly release. Float both arms down. Pause before moving to the third one. You play with internal and external rotation to feel the difference already between the two sides. And then this last exercise you'll need a strap for. So you can use a tie or a strap. Bring it around above your elbow and have both ends looped like so. Then reach around behind your back for the two ends of the strap. Now internally rotate your shoulder and place the back of your hand to your lumbar spine. Your opposite hand can just anchor to hold the strap. The movement is out in this direction, but this strap is restraining that action. Again, remember 20% effort for about 10 seconds. This is the toughest one for a lot of people. I dislocated my shoulder twice, and I had to work through quite a bit of pain to get back my full range of motion, and this was one of the most successful exercises for doing that. So now after 8 to 10 seconds, release and pull the strap, and then you can work your fingers up your back. And pause there for 10 to 15 seconds. If you'd like, you can bring your other arm up and interlace your fingers behind your back, like so. To come out, I like to lean forward. It really softens the exit. Slide your hand along your back until you're all the way released. Let go of the strap, and then very gently extend both arms out to the sides and rotate at the shoulders internally and externally. Feel the difference between the two sides before doing the same sequence on the other side. That's it from Pavones Yoga Center. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. I asked my friend Casey to join us so that we can demonstrate some of the effects of the shoulder stretching, the facilitated stretching techniques that we've been demonstrating in this video. So to begin, I'll have you, if you would, pull in and up and lengthen, nice, and then bring your arm out to the side and place the top of your hand at your low back. From there, draw your scapula down so that your shoulder, down, and then lift this, yes, so you're squeezing it towards the midline and down towards the opposite side. Now keeping that action, you'll notice the height that his hand is at right here. Notice the difference after this stretch. So the first action is to press out, so press out against here for about 5, 4, 3, 2. Remember, it's 20% effort for 8 to 10 seconds, and then release, and I'm going to take up the slack, nice, and then walk your hand up. So you can see his hand went from being here to being up here. And we can do that one more time with these facilitated stretching exercises. So press out for about 8 seconds. So he's pressing gently out at about 20% effort. With these facilitated stretching exercises, it's important not to do them every day. So now stop the pressing, pull your elbow toward the midline, and see if you can walk your hand up your back even a little bit more. The most intense sensation is going to be along the front of the shoulder, and the more that he can draw the shoulder back and draw the scapula in and down towards the opposite, it's going to ease that effort. So he can hold that just like that and then softly release. You can come forward to release out to ease the strain on the front of your shoulder. And then internally and externally rotate to feel the difference between the two sides. Nice. Thank you.